New to Zone Infraction / That Mediocre Sports Show. I'd like to thank everybody for watching Randy's shows. He's up to like 900 people on this one show. I'd like to thank all two of you, Bob and Henry, for watching my show I'm with Randy on. The rest of you can... Anyway.
It's like, I don't know, we just don't have a topic that can go minorly viral.
You know, there's something about that. When I was a kid, anything viral was not good.
That's true. I remember if you had a viral infection or something like that, that was bad.
Viral?
And now going viral is a good thing. See how we have progressed as a society, that going viral is a good thing. And back when we were kids, having a viral infection was, you were probably being quarantined or something, or you got to miss some school.
Well, no, you got a shot of penicillin if it was really bad. Although that's for another time and another place. I'm real glad that we're not on HD because my face is dirty, I think. I didn't get a chance to wash it. I just got off work, and Randy's been sleeping all night, as you can see.
I've been awake since 3 a.m., which actually is sleeping in for me anymore. But
today's topic is a topic near and dear to our hearts.
Because we're going to do it again.
Do it again because Randy deleted it because he said I sucked.
It's like, yeah, and it's like I was trying to edit him out.
So these
it's like realizing that as I'm trying to edit him out of the video, it basically got rid of most of the video.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 900 people watching this one video, and now he's getting really picky. Anyway,
it's like I expect clarity. I expect me to be on camera only, but he's too heavy to push out of the way.
Well, you got most of it on your half. As it is, I only got one arm showing and half my face.
Look, I got one arm. Look, one arm. We're both at one arm. See, you're a camera hog.
I might be. Your head's bigger. It's not.
Yeah, that's true. It's like I have a gigantic noggin.
It's not gigantic. It's just bigger.
Okay.
Anyway.
Got logged out over there. So, topic is the AFC East. We're going to talk about our favorite and not so favorite players on each one of these teams.
You want to start with the Patriots, I'm guessing.
It's like, well, last time we did the Patriots let's do them first this time. So we're going to do the New England Patriots, because I know that's what most people are here to see. It's like, I just want to know what they think of the Patriots.
I'm going very simple. I mean, my favorite player would have to be Tom Brady. And I just think he's amazing. And I think he's he's the GOAT. What he's done with, not to drag it on, but he is the elite. A quarterback who makes average players better. No offense to any of you guys out there who are Amendolas. Screw you, Amendola. You'll never come and get me. But just an elite quarterback makes players around him better. And I can't think of anyone more elite. John Elway came close in my running.
Back in the day, John Elway would have been my pick as the best quarterback ever, because, like you said, made people that didn't have any talent, made them better. I mean, remember, the three amigos were not great wide receivers.
Not even in Mexico. No.
But because of Elway, they actually were good enough. They got a nickname. I had a T-shirt that was the Three Amigos when I was a kid. So that's how big they were in Denver. Of course, nobody else knows. But Brady is one of those guys.
Yeah. So he's my favorite. And
the best wide receiver he had was Moss, and it was a record-breaking year. When he had a real wide receiver, Moss broke records and Brady broke records.
I agree. So who's your favorite?
Tom Brady, I still agree, is the best quarterback to ever play, but he's not my favorite player from them, because he's beaten the Broncos so many times and made us look bad.
You need to get over that.
I don't care. I'm not going to until he's retired and the Broncos have 7 Super Bowl wins. But I think probably my favorite is probably Ben Wintercoats. I mean, he's one of those tight ends that nobody really remembers, but he was a big guy. He could run pretty well.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No. It was Vince Wilfork. Vince Wilfork was my favorite player.
I was going to say Vince Wilfork.
Ben Wintercoats was an honorable mention. Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
Probably, in my opinion, it's weird because it's like they've had the best quarterback the Patriots have, and arguably the best defensive tackle to ever play the game as well.
He probably was the best defensive tackle.
Vince Wilfork was amazing.
He would be my second pick on the Patriots, I have to say. And in our last show, I might have picked him first. I can't remember. Anyway, Vince Wilfork.
Vince Wilfork.
And we don't have to go in for it why, but I'll tell you what. Quickly, Vince Wilfork is a guy that made it so that everybody around him
Was better.
It's the same with the Syracuse as we talked about, and
Sam Adams.
Sam Adams made it so that Ray Lewis and everybody else got all the tackles. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, hello Dinata. So we're going
Hello,
on
Dinata to you too.
Mela Taliki Maka to you. So we'll do our least favorite player. Now for me, it's easy. He's arrogant. He's overrated because he played behind Will Fork. Teddy Bruschi. Teddy Bruschi, I hate him as an announcer and I hated him as a player. So, easily, Teddy Bruschi is my least favorite
because
player.
Because you're thinking he got all the tackles. Because
he got a ton of tackles because Vince Wilfork was wreaking havoc up the middle and Bruschi could just kind of roam around and not worry. Bruschi never got touched by an offensive lineman because Wilfork had them all.
Rodney Harrison.
That's a good pick, too. I didn't like Rodney Harrison.
He couldn't slap the ball away from Tyree for that stupid helmet catch.
Then he should be my favorite because Rodney Harrison was incapable of...
I got the ball right here, Rodney! Greatest catch.
But,
anyway.
It's like, yeah. So it's like, but yeah, Teddy Bruschi, gone. Don't like you. It's like, I just can't stand how overrated you are.
Moving on. Who would you like?
Okay, let's go to the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
So, favorite player from the Dolphins of all time?
God, there's so many. You know what? I mean, looking back, I'm gonna go. I like Jason Taylor. I also like Zonka. I'll go Jason Taylor.
For me, it was the pair. It was the Dupers.
Oh,
it was Duper. It was the Marks brothers, Duper and Clayton.
Together,
they were just always fun to watch. And honestly, I don't know if they were really that good of wide receivers because Dan Marino was an ultra accurate, quick release guy that could get you the ball. It's not that I think the Dupers were the greatest wide receiver tandem ever. They're just my favorite.
If you want to watch a fun game, unless you're the Chicago Bear fan, watch the '85 game where the Dolphins beat the Bears.
Yeah, and it's like, and there were people on the Bears that were worried about that game because of how Miami played defense.
Well, and the funny thing is, the Dolphins went to the AFC Championship game that year and got beat by the Patriots. What a great Super Bowl that could have been.
Yeah.
We could have a whole other story. Marino could have got his first ring. But anyway, I'm gonna say my least favorite, Sue. And I really liked Sue when he was in Detroit. I wanted to get a Sue jersey. But I would have spelled it S-U-E. With the Dolphins. With Detroit, I did. I really liked him. I don't think he was too dirty. I've watched stuff where he stomped on the guy. The guy was hanging on. People don't always look to that stuff. But with Miami, he couldn't.
I still think in Detroit he was a slightly dirty player. Maybe dirty's not. He's overly aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, and to play that position, you got to be very aggressive. But I've never been a huge Ndamukong Suh fan, and I've never really ever hated Ndamukong Suh.
Didn't say hated.
But he went to the Dolphins, and it was kind of one of those. It's not as bad as Albert Haynesworth because I think Suh really did try hard. But he just seemed to get lost in Miami. He seemed to lose some of the fire that he had in Detroit. And I don't know if maybe he was trying to scale back his image, his bad boy image that he had kind of... So maybe a little bit of his aggression he pulled back, and that made him less of a defensive tackle.
Could have been the uniforms. They changed them. They went to the silly fish thing with the teal. And
he had a lion, and then he had a fish.
And it's not.
And actually, a dolphin's a mammal, so we're going to get ripped if we say
I hope
they're
there's
a fish.
12,000 people out there that just want to call me names because you know what? And I like the old Miami. That was a tough-looking jersey, but this thing looks like something you'd wear to a parade.
But yeah, so
don't take that the wrong way.
But for me, I'm gonna still say Jay Cutler. He played for the Dolphins just long enough for me to say that's my least favorite Dolphin is Jay Cutler. He was a quarterback that when the Broncos took him, I was excited. My dad was excited. We thought, wow, you know, he's Vanderbilt, so he has to be intelligent. He had a cannon for an arm. He had a cardboard box personality, but that's not how you measure a great quarterback.
I didn't care about that.
Didn't care about that until it looked like every time you saw him on the sidelines, he wasn't involved or anything.
Excuse me, sorry, you're not boring me. I apologize.
And your pick of Jay Cutler is obvious and boring.
Now you know how all of our other 3 viewers feel.
Yeah, now we know our 3 viewers feel that are sitting there going,
okay, who's your next one?
these are so long. The Jets. Jets, Jets.
Favorite is gonna be. I liked the New York Sack Exchange, and I liked Klecko, and I liked Lions, and I liked Gastineau. I mean, what can you say? But I'm gonna go Klecko.
See, now you took my pick from last time.
Why you gotta say that? Why?
You took my pick from last time because I am a huge fan of Joe Klecko's.
You can. And there can be two of us.
Absolutely. But he was my favorite player. Also seeing him in Cannonball Run was hilarious.
And he stood sideways. He'd always line up.
Yeah, he had that weird sideways stance. I love that. I love seeing players that'll do that where they're pointing their butt at the defensive end, and it's just like, what are you doing? You're not. Oh, he's gonna get in between the two guys. It's awesome.
So I like that. Who's your least favorite?
Keyshawn Johnson, no doubt. Keyshawn Johnson, throw me the damn ball. Why don't you get some damn talent? Overrated. Not even mediocre. You weren't even a good wide receiver. You're a terrible announcer too, and a terrible commentator. No, Keyshawn was a wide receiver.
Oh, he looked big. You know, I wish I could pick.
And slow.
I wish I could pick a coach. I'd go Rich Kotite, but you won't let me do that.
Because we said player. If we would have said person.
You know, it's really hard to find because they sucked for so long.
Yeah, it's hard because you don't really want to pile on to a team that hasn't been good and haven't won a Super Bowl in 50 years, almost 50 years.
You know what? I'm going to go on a limb here because I like the guy, but I didn't like him as a Jet. Brett Favre.
He didn't fit as a Jet.
Nope.
He really didn't.
So, I like you as a Packer. I like you as a Viking. But you're not a Jet.
Yeah, he should have never been in the AFC, especially not the AFC East. He's always going to be kind of an NFC North guy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like to see him on the Vikings is fine. See him with, of course, the Packers is where he should have been.
Anyway.
And he had a great flair for football, but it didn't look right on the Jets.
And he got in trouble, too.
Yeah, he did get in trouble with the little pictures or whatever. And
don't send pictures of your junk to strange people.
Yeah, that could get you in a lot of trouble that aren't your wife.
Yeah, that's a bad situation.
So, last team, Buffalo Bills.
My favorite is OJ. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to make everybody angry. You know what? Before all the stuff that happened, I really liked the juice. But and if you go back to the 70s, there was one of their guys that was a lineman, and he's going, I got feeling Buffalo's going to the Super Bowl. You can Google that. It's out there. It's a really cool thing. But I'm going to go Bruce Smith.
For me, it's Thurman Thomas. I always thought Thurman Thomas is one of the best. He's one of the best dual threat running backs.
Or was it the offensive line? House Ballard, Kent Hall.
They had a great offensive line, but they also had that team was just. It was a great team, but they just couldn't quite get over that hump. But I never rooted for them, so I never cared.
I didn't root for them, but the problem is now that it's 25 years later, I really wish they'd have won one.
But here's the thing. And we can say all we want that they lost 4 in a row, but when are we ever going to see another team go to 4? Even these great Patriot teams, or the great Tom Brady taking these Patriot teams, has not made 4 in a row.
No, he's made 3 in a row, hadn't he?
He has made 3 in a row.
And lost. And you know what's funny?
But he has not been...
No.
You got to figure Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith. You know, these guys went to 4 straight Super Bowls. They won the AFC 4 straight times.
You know, it's very...
And there's a couple Super Bowls that arguably they could have won.
Oh, yeah. I think they could have won the last one against Dallas. It was, 30-13? But if you think about that, before that, it's, 24-13. Yeah. I mean,
but you could see they were kind of getting demoralized. They'd been there 3 straight times, and now they're behind again, and it's like, oh, man.
But I thought they had a shot in that one. I will say...
and if they could have gotten just 5 yards in further, maybe Norwood makes that kick, and they win the first one.
Probably do.
And who knows? It's like maybe they win 4 in a row.
Yeah, well,
But also it puts a giant target on your back when you win a Super Bowl. So they may have not made 4 in a row because they would have had that giant target on their back.
Funny, though, no team has ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row. Teams have been there, but no one's ever won the 3 in a row. you'd have to go back to Green Bay. I do believe they won a championship and then 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I think so.
Which would, I mean, an NFL championship before the Super Bowls, which would have been technically 3 championships in a row, but nobody's still done it. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't players out there. Shannon Sharpe is a great example of a player that went and won 3 Super Bowls in a row. 2 with the Broncos, went to the Ravens, and won that year too. So he was on 3 winning Super Bowls in a row. Just, you know.
Yeah, it's tough for a team to do. The Broncos, I believe the Broncos could have done it if Elway would have stayed another year.
I do too.
Because they were the class of the NFL in that previous season when they beat Atlanta. There was nobody better than that team. Well,
and who went that year? It was the next year. Wasn't that?
Well, if you're saying that they were beaten by the Ravens, if you're saying that the Ravens win.
That's right. It was the Ravens against the Giants. We would have killed the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just like the Ravens did. So I mean, it's just one of those things where.
I should be pissed at you, Elway, for retiring 1 year.
Yeah, I think the Broncos would have won that Super Bowl because I don't think Terrell Davis would have gotten hurt because you wouldn't have had an inept quarterback playing the position. You would have had an experienced, very good quarterback, so Terrell Davis wouldn't have to be scrambling to go get a fumble.
I am going to stop you so you don't have to edit this. Any more teams?
No, we got to do our least favorites.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I'm like the rest of you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it short. A least favorite Buffalo Bill.
Darryl Talley.
I like Darryl Talley.
I don't like Darryl Talley.
Did you know
least favorite.
He was the one that ironed his shirt. Did you ever hear that story?
No.
Google it. I say that a lot because I like people to know that I'm right. That's what I love about Google. But he tried to iron his shirt with it on.
Another reason to hate the man because obviously Darwinism has not taken over and he has not been naturally selected for elimination yet. I
got another Darryl Talley. He did that during one of their.
Did he put it on his face and bend his nose?
No.
I mean, did that happen to him where he ended up?
What happened was he did that, and it was, I believe, during one of the Super Bowl. You know how they have the 2 weeks or whatever. Another Darryl Talley story is when he was an Atlanta Falcon, he didn't think they were making the playoffs. The story I heard was he showed up at the last game with his car with a U-Haul attached to it. They won the game and had to go to the playoffs. So I still like Darryl Talley. I'm gonna go. Wow, that's rough.
The Buffalo Bills haven't had a lot of hated players, but there is one player that did play for him for a very short amount of time, and I don't hate this guy, but we've done a video on him, Terrell Owens.
I don't like Terrell Owens. He's not.
We did the video on him, which I still think I love that video. It's like talking about Terrell Owens.
Oh, that was a good. Yeah, that was a good video. We do watch our own videos because we're the only 2 that like it. I'm gonna go. I got to go with OJ because, again, you idiot.
Yeah, but as a football player, he wasn't a horrible person. It's later in life that we found out what a creep he was. And that's why. And I'd never watched O.J. Simpson, so I can't put him. It's like he was the only things I remember about O.J. Simpson, of course, is the trial and then the stupid thing he did in Vegas. But for the most part, it was the Hertz commercials. It's like I remember watching Hertz commercials and thinking to myself, "Who's this?" They were fun commercials at the time.
If you watch O.J., well, he was good in Naked Gun too.
He was, but it's like
especially when the baby came out African American, that was awesome.
But it's like it was just one of those things.
If you watch YouTube clips, and I would recommend it. Watch YouTube clips of the 14 game season where he had 2,000. It's amazing, and you got to figure. I mean, I don't want to say it, but I just feel like I can't think of anybody else that disappointed. As a player, did he disappoint? No. He went to the San Francisco 49ers and almost got a ring.
Yeah, but he is a horrible, horrible person, but I didn't watch him play.
And you're not a good actor either.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. But I didn't watch him play. For me, it's like I know him more as a sports personality and a criminal than I know him as,
if we told them.
And technically, he was, acquitted of the previous crime. I mean, we can all say, yeah, he did it, but
he was acquitted. He's innocent.
He's
innocent. But it bugs me to this day.
Because you get to watch that, and you realize the gigantic mistake that was made with the glove. And you're just like, why? And everybody told that lawyer, no, don't make him put on the glove. They told him don't do it, and he did it anyway.
Problem is,
And it's like, and Cochran just ate the defense team for lunch after that.
I always get a kick out of that. Now I'll let you go because we're probably done.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that here's a man that was acquitted. And to me, it's funny because you just said, I'm innocent. It's like me taking your brand new truck. No, he doesn't have a new truck. He has an old yicky thing. That's stupid. It's like me taking your brand new truck, driving it, crashing it. We go to trial, and I am found innocent of stealing your truck. Yet you sue me for damages. But I was innocent.
True.
So I don't.
Yeah, the civil case, because he lost. He lost the civil case, and he had to pay all the money to the.
But anyway,
to the family.
and I think there's stuff there we'll never know. I think there was more than one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess if I had to pick a different person, I go back 10 years more than Randy. I just don't look it, but maybe Terrell Owens, just because he didn't do a damn thing.
He didn't do anything for them. I mean, he was at the end of his career, but
so anyway.
But it was one of those things where I remember telling my dad's like, Terrell Owens is going to get signed by another team. Nobody's going to sign him. Nobody wants him. I said, he's still got some talent and some worth, and if you can get him for the right price, somebody will sign him. Of course, Buffalo signed him.
This was Neutral Zone Infraction / That Mediocre Sports Show.
And a little bit of talking about 90s court cases with athletes.
Well, we kept it under 25 minutes.
We did.
Rock and roll.
So to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.